Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, ang i-review natin itong Civic RS EHEV. Ang selling price niya is 1,990,000 pesos. Yung mid-variant na RS Turbo is 1,790,000 at yung V-Turbo is 1,600,000 pesos. So ano ba yung bago dito? Ang naiba lang sa exterior is yung kanyang bumper. Si Civic naman pagdating sa exterior, it's one of the most handsome sedans out there. Yung design approach niya is more on the sporty side. Actually, yung design ng Civic talaga is for the young. So medyo elegant at the same time is sporty na siya. At usually pag nakikita mo siya sa daan, eye-catcher talaga siya. Anyway, pagdating sa headlight niya, it's full LED, automatic na siya. So nag-a-adjust na siya depending on the illumination requirements. So automatic na yung headlights niya. You can also see here na wala na rin siyang fog light gaya ng sa mga Mazda cars. Ibig sabihin, enough na yung illumination using yung headlight. Very sporty yung stance niya. Ang baba niya para na siyang naka-lowered. You can see yung door handles niya is combination ng chrome saka yung black paint. Yung side mirror niya is color black at meron siyang automatic side mirror adjustment. Power folding na rin yung kanyang side mirror. Naka-integrate na rin yung side turn signal dun sa side mirror. Okay, check natin yung side view. Wala namang nabago dun sa design. So, pareho pa rin yung body shape niya. I like yung design ng mags niya. Ang size niya is 18 by 8. At dito sa HEV variant, exclusive na naka-matte gray alloy yung wheels niya. Doon kasi sa RS Turbo, naka-matte black alloy wheels yan. At tapos doon sa V is alloy wheels lang. Ang tires niya is Michelin 235/40 R18. Ito nga palang Honda Civic RS is front-wheel drive. Yung rear suspension niya is multi-link. While doon sa harap is MacPherson strut. Yung brakes niya dito sa rear at saka doon sa front is disc brake na. Now, check naman natin yung rear portion. Pagdating sa rear, I think it's one of the most balanced looking sedans out there. Yung design ng back niya at saka yung design ng taillights niya, balance talaga. So maganda siyang tingnan. LED taillights na rin siya and proportion-wise, maganda siya. Andyan pa rin yung high gloss black na trunk spoiler. And nandun pa rin yung shark fin type na black antenna. And then meron siyang rear window defogger. At yung kanyang design ng bumper is pareho rin. At nandun pa rin yung tailpipe finisher. Okay, check natin yung loob. Yung interior vibe niya is maganda. Premium ang datingan. Maganda yung quality ng materials na ginamit. Yung kanyang seats ay black leather with suede materials. And to highlight na RS variant siya, meron siyang red accent. Meron siyang red stitching dun sa steering wheel at pati dun sa mga door panels. Okay, let's check further yung interior. Dito sa door panel niya, meron siyang ambient lighting and then maganda yung mga materials na ginamit. You can see here yung mga window switches niya saka yung switch for the side mirror is maganda yung quality. So compared mo with Toyota or Mitsubishi, mas maganda yung quality ng mga materials na ginamit dito. At dito sa door armrest, meron siyang leather soft touch material. Yung driver's seat niya is merong 8-way power adjustment pero wala siyang lumbar support. Ang ganda rin ng kanyang steering wheel, it's leather wrap tapos merong kang red stitching. At dito merong mga buttons for the instrument cluster at saka doon sa cruise control. By the way, yung cruise control nga pala niya is adaptive. You can also adjust yung steering wheel up and down and it's also telescopic. Yung instrument cluster niya is 10.2 inches, full digital display. Yung aircon vent is may honeycomb design na may red accent and then you can open and close this aircon vent. Naka-sports pedal na rin siya na kulay silver. Yung dashboard niya is simple lang yung design, pero soft touch material naman ang ginamit niya dito. Yung audio system niya is may 9-inch touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. At meron siyang isang physical button dito sa labas. At dito sa aircon vent, meron din siyang honeycomb design na merong red accent. At nandito yung kanyang button for hazard. Maganda rin yung quality ng kanyang rotary knobs, which is used to control yung air conditioning, that is dual zone auto climate control. Yung kanyang glove box is dump ang opening pero hindi ganong kalakihan yung size. Dito sa lower portion is merong 12 volt socket at merong dalawang Type-C na USB port. At meron din siya ditong wireless charging pad. Yung kanyang shift knob is leather wrap. Tapos ito yung kanyang gear shifter. You can do automatic and you can also shift to manual. At meron din siyang paddle shifter for manual mode. Dito naman ang finish niya is parang gray, hindi siya yung black na scratch magnet. At nandito yung switch ng drive mode, yung automatic parking brake at saka yung auto brake hold. At dito sa right side, meron dalawang cup holders. Maganda ang posisyon niya, hindi siya nakakasagabal kapag ginagamit mo yung shift knob. At dito sa ilalim ng center armrest, meron din ditong compartment. Yan o, tama-tama lang yung size. Meron maliit dito sa ibabaw and bigger compartment dito sa ilalim. Dito sa may headliner, merong sunglass holder and then meron din ditong interior cabin lights. Yan, yung dalawang yan. Yung rear view mirror nga pala niya is auto-dimming. Okay, check natin itong sun visor. Dito sa sun visor, meron siyang mirror dito sa passenger side at meron niyang illumination. Dito naman sa driver side, meron din siyang mirror at meron siyang ticket holder. At meron din siyang illumination. Ang maganda dito, black yung headliner niya. So, very premium yung dating. Then, yung interior cabin light niya is also LED. Meron nga pala siyang ambient lighting dito sa dashboard. Pati doon sa door panel, meron din siyang ambient lighting. Doon sa foot area, saka doon sa storage, doon sa trunk area, sa glove box, meron din siyang ambient lighting. Okay, check natin yung rear seats. Dito sa door panel, meron siyang tweeter dito. Part yan nung 12 speaker na Bose system. Dito sa rear seat, paganda naman yung leg support. And then dito, meron siyang map pocket. At dito sa center tunnel, medyo nakaumbok ng konti. So, yung middle passenger, medyo nakataas yung paa niya. Adequate naman yung space. Naka-move back lang yung passenger seat, kaya medyo masikip. At dito, may dalawang Type-C na USB port. At meron din ditong air conditioning vent. At gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, medyo mataas yung center tunnel. Napasin ko lang sa rear seat, itong portion na ito is plastic, hindi siya leather. And then meron siyang center armrest dito na may dalawang cup holders. Okay, check naman natin yung trunk area. Malaki yung trunk area niya and it's fully covered. At nandito yung lagayan ng kanyang spare tire na donut type. Ang napansin ko dito, yung trunk area niya is fully covered ng parang carpet type material. Even itong portion na ito is may cover. At pati itong area na to is may cover. At ang maganda dito is 60-40 split yung rear seat niya. So, pwede kang magdala ng mahabang gamit dito sa trunk area. So, meron ditong lever na kapag hinila mo yan, pwede mo nang mabuksan yung pinakasandalan dun sa likod. So, pag nakababa yan, pwede ka nang maglagay ng mahabang mga gamit. Which to me is very useful. Okay, yan yung basic interior and exterior features. Now, check naman natin yung kanyang engine. Ang power niya is combination ng gasoline at saka electric, kaya hybrid siya. The gasoline engine is 2 liter naturally aspirated, tapos yung battery is lithium-ion. Ang gasoline engine has a maximum power of 141 PS and 182 Newton meters of torque. Yung electric naman can deliver 184 PS at 315 Newton meters of torque. At mated siya dun sa ECVT or Electrical Continuously Variable Transmission. Now, let's dig deeper dito sa powertrain niya. Paano ba nagpa-function itong ECVT dito sa Honda Civic? Bale, hindi siya yung traditional na CVT. Instead, gumagamit siya ng power split hybrid system. Meron siyang dalawang electric motors, isang generator at saka isang drive motor. Tapos, merong gasoline engine at saka yung planetary gear set. Bale, yung system, gumagamit siya ng electronic controls para mag-blend yung power from the electric motors and the gas engine. So wala siyang belt or pulleys gaya nung sa mechanical CVT. Yung term na ECVT is more of a marketing term for power delivery na seamless and variable. So instead na belt and pulley system dun sa CVT, gumagamit siya ng electric motors and gear set. Ang result, better fuel efficiency kasi electrically managed siya. At yung feel niya is seamless at saka meron siyang electric boost. Para mas maintindihan yung mabuti, ganito yung illustration ng ECVT system. Doon sa kanyang electric mode, pinapower lang siya ng battery. So meron siyang instant response na typical sa mga electric motors. So nagwo-work yan sa low speed o kaya traffic situations. Pagka nag-high speed naman, nagsuswitch siya dun sa engine mode. So, directly yung gasoline engine nagpa-power ng sasakyan. Then, pag nag-switch naman siya dun sa hybrid mode, yung gasoline engine, tinutulungan niya yung electric motor for fuel-efficient driving. So, it's a combination of gasoline and electric. And then, papasok naman yung regenerative braking. So, pagka nagbe-brake ka, nag-harvest ka ng excess energy para ma-recharge yung battery. So, ganyan ang system ng hybrid. Ang resulta, mas matipid siya sa gasoline consumption. And based on reports, itong hybrid system can travel more than 20 kilometers per liter. So, yun ang kanilang selling point, yung fuel efficiency. At saka yung ECVT provides a more dynamic driving experience with instant torque from electric motors. Whereas kung CVT lang in gasoline models, nag-o-offer lang siya ng smooth acceleration but without the electric motor's immediate response. Okay, yan ang kanyang powertrain system. Now, let's summarize. Ano ba yung pros and cons nito? Sa akin, ang pro niya, maganda yung kanyang design. So, pagdating sa appeal at design execution, hindi ka mapapahiya kapag naka-CV ka. So, parang yung nameplate nito is binabayaran mo din, since it's a well-known model for a long time. Another pro niya is roomy siya. Compared mo with the Altis and Mazda 3, mas maluwag siya sa loob. Ang third pro niya is yung kanyang fuel efficiency. So, kaya niya ang 20 kilometers per liter. Another pro niya is yung kanyang build quality. Yung mga materials na ginamit is maganda at alam mong matibay. Now, ano naman yung mga cons niya? Ang unang con niya is yung kanyang price. Ang selling price niya is almost 2 million. So to me, parang expensive siya for a sedan. At 2 million pesos, you can already buy a 7-seater SUV o kaya a 4x4 pickup truck. Another thing na napansin ko sa Civic is yung road noise niya. Rinig talaga sa loob. Pero yung windows and other sounds, hindi naman. Yung road noise lang talaga. Another con niya is yung kanyang mababang ground clearance. It's only 134 mm. So, prone sa sabit ang pangilalim, especially sa mga lubak na daan. And lastly, wala siyang 360 camera for a price of 2 million pesos. Dapat may 360 na siya kahit sabihin mong sedan siya. So, yan ang mga pros and cons niya. But overall, solid car siya. Marami siyang mga features. So, ano ba yung mga advanced tech features niya? So, meron siyang adaptive cruise control with low speed follow. So, automatically nag-a-adjust yung speed tsaka yung distance for smooth driving dun sa stop and go traffic. Meron din siyang collision mitigation braking system. Yun naman, automatic nagbe-brake siya to help prevent or reduce yung impact in case of collision. Meron din siyang road departure mitigation with lane departure warning. So, ina-alert, ina-assist ka niya to keep you safe in your lane. And meron din siyang auto high beam na automatic siyang nag-a-adjust para maganda yung iyong visibility at hindi masilaw yung kasalubong mo. Meron din siyang lane keeping assist system na it keeps your vehicle centered in its lane. At meron din siyang lead car departure notification system. Bale, ina-alert ka niya when the car in front of you starts to move. So, yan yung mga special features niya. So, my verdict for this Honda Civic RS Hybrid, it's well built and a solid car. Medyo mataas lang yung selling price. So, depende sa tao. Let's say, kung single siya at naghanap siya ng sedan na fuel efficient, I think magandang option ito. Kung meron siyang budget to get this Civic. Actually, sa price na ganito, marami ka na ding ibang options. So, meron din silang HRV na ganito rin ang price point. Yun, mas practical siya, mas mataas yung ground clearance at mas malaki yung space. And marami din talagang options sa market sa ganitong price point. Nasa iba mas sulit because of its practicality. Pero nagtataka lang ako, hindi ko siya masyadong nakikita sa daan. Parang kokonti lang nabebenta nila. Maybe because people are starting to veer away from sedan. At ang nagiging preference ng mga buyers is mostly crossovers or SUV kasi mas maraming maisasakay. Pero kung kinukonsider mo itong sedan na ganitong size, another option would be yung Toyota Corolla Altis o kaya yung Mazda 3. These are solid Japanese cars. Okay, hanggang dito na lang. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you again in my next vlog. Bye!